The American Embassy in China has issued a health alert after a consular employee apparently suffered a brain injury. The U.S. official station in Guangzhou reported strange sounds and sensations beginning last year and later showed signs of a concussion. This case appears to be similar to what happened to 24 Americans in the U.S. Embassy in Cuba. CBS News Radio's Steve Dorsey broke that story. He's outside the Chinese Embassy in Washington. Steve, good morning.
Good morning. China is offering to assist the U.S. in investigating what happened. So far, only one case has been reported in China. But what was once a caper confined to Cuba is now a global mystery.
We're concerned about it. It's a serious medical incident.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said the U.S. is committed to getting to the bottom of what caused mild traumatic brain injury in an employee at the U.S. consulate in Guangzhou, China.
We've notified China of what took place as best we know it, and they have responded in a way that is exactly the right response.
Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi, who met with Pompeo Wednesday in Washington, appealed to the U.S. for restraint. We don't want to see that this individual case will be magnified, complicated, or even politicized, he said. The State Department stopped short of calling it a sonic attack, instead issuing a health alert that warns Americans in China if you experience any unusual acute auditory or sensory phenomena accompanied by unusual sounds or piercing noises, do not attempt to locate their source. Instead, move to a location where the sounds are not present. That's the bizarre noise heard by many of the 24 injured Americans based at the U.S. Embassy in Cuba, who suffered nausea, headaches, even permanent hearing loss and concussions. In response, the U.S. kicked out most Cuban embassy officials and nearly shuttered its embassy in Havana.
This certainly remains a mystery.
CBSN contributor Isaac Stonefish is a senior fellow at the Asia Society.
Even if the U.S. government does not accuse Beijing of any wrongdoing, it still leaves a bad taste in people's mouths that an American diplomat fell ill in such a bizarre way while working in China.
It's possible that sound isn't a weapon at all, but a byproduct of something else. Now, American medical teams are on their way to China to examine U.S. consular staff. Americans just back from China are advised to see a doctor if they experience symptoms. Norah?
All right, Steve, thank you so much.